What's going on, team? It's Wednesday the 10th of September, and today what we're going to be doing is basically just a continuation of yesterday again. Obviously yesterday I did upload another breakdown, and we ended up taking a setup on GU. For all those who were on the live session, they managed to actually book some considerable amount of profits from yesterday's trading that we took on GU, which was a quick entry. We saw very little drawdown and it went straight to our TP. And with that being said, let us dive straight into the chart so that we can give a continuation of yesterday. First of all, what I'm going to be doing is basically highlighting what made me take the setup and what sort of validation I used to actually execute on this specific setup. So with that being said, let us jump straight to the chart. Right now we are looking at GU right now, and as we can see from GU, price has been coming from all the way up here. So basically what we did was we identified our peak formation low, which was a couple days ago when I uploaded the beginning of the week video where I was breaking down the direction for this week. So we identified our peak formation low, which was our W formation. They hit the low the first time, they went up, they came down, they hit the low a second time and failed to break that low. They only threw a wick, which is something that they usually do to type traders. And then we had 1 day of rise consolidation, 2 days of rise consolidation. So yesterday we were expecting, as price was around this area right here, we were expecting that day 3 rise. Obviously we were expecting price to rise a bit more. However, when I now went to the H4 time frame, I ended up seeing that okay, we have this level over here. So what we did was basically I had something like a line over here around this level right here, knowing that okay, this is a good area to take my profit because of this high over here. So with that being said, going back to the H1, we knew that we have level 1, level 2. This was level 3. So we were expecting at least a little more push to the high before we can start dropping. So with that being said, let us go to the M15. As we dive deep into the M15, we were looking for some sort of confirmation, because now you have identified the direction, now you have identified where the market is heading to. So the next thing that you want to be able to do after identifying the direction is look for some sort of confirmation. So usually there are 3 confirmations: stop hand to the low, sometimes they hit the Asian low, sometimes they hit the Asia high, sometimes they make a W formation off of the Asian midline, which is a setup that I took yesterday. So in this case, you can see the Asia. So basically what I did was I marked the Asian high and then I marked the Asian low. Having marked these 2 things, we can now identify this is why this line over here, the black line, I wrote Asian midline. With Fibonacci, I identified the Asian midline. So before the London, wait, I think I removed something. Okay, before the London session actually opened, I actually identified that price had already hit 1 time. You can see how this is a strong rejection candle. You can see the, let me see, you can see that this is a hammer. You can see, look at this, all this rejection, how price rejected this area, which is the Asian midline, which is something that they usually do, but I don't enter on the first touch, because on the first touch that doesn't confirm or validate my trade. So what I did was I said I want to see price come back up a little bit and come back down and fail to break that same level, the Asian midline, so that I can take that buy setup. So with that being said, obviously price came, hit the low, and after hitting this low here for a second time, you can see how like this is the Asian midline and price did not close below that area, because this is a very strong area and this is the area that they usually execute on. So with that being said, I went to my M5 5 minutes time frame, which I usually don't do that. I also saw like confirmation on the 5 minutes time frame. So obviously as price did this and this, price also, another thing that I use as confirmation, if you go to the M15, because I never really dive into the M5, it was only yesterday that I decided just to get an idea of what's really happening on the smaller time frame. So obviously I think I moved my stop. because it was a bit closer than this. Yeah, it was below the low. I must have moved it by mistake. So with that being said, as price came here and hit this level, another thing that I use for confirmation is EMAs. You can see how the EMA 50 is actually here right now. So the EMA 50, you can see how price hit the EMA 50 the first time, and then if you can't see properly, let me just use this. Check how price hit the EMA 50 here, and then check how price hit the EMA 50 here. So giving us that double bottom and also confirming our W formation. So this is another thing that we use as confirmation to actually take this trade. So as price had already closed here, I wanted to see a pullback at least until the 50% of this candle over here, 50 to 60, is it 65, 75, whatever percent of this candle over here. So that's when I started executing, when price got to this level over here of the Fibonacci. So when price got to 0.61 of the Fibonacci percent, that's when I started executing my trade over here. That's why I ended up taking a buy trade on GU. And personally, my first tip here was targeting this high over here, which was here, which I closed some positions, and then I moved my stop. And as I saw price going, it hit our area of interest, which was this black line over here. That's when I ended up closing all of my trades. Secrets about approaching the market is keep it as simple as you can and adhere to your strategies. At all points, you must be patient, because one of the reason that most of us fail as traders is that we are not patient enough. So if you are patient enough, we know that, okay, fine, if you really wait for our setup, we are going to be able to identify it. So just back to the charts, you can see that price is now reversed and the price is now about to go down. We know that price, there's a high chance that price might want to go down. However, where price is playing right now, I'm not really interested unless price gives me that stop hand high so that I can take a short trade. If price gives me like a stop hand high, I would be interested in taking a short trade. So always adhere to your principles and to your strategies. That's how you remain profitable and make something out of this business, especially in the long term. So with that being said, guys, thank you for showing up. Don't forget to subscribe. You can get access to the copy trading. This is one of the trades that I took on the copy trading account. All of those who join the copy trading, they've been benefiting from this, as long as you have a minimum of $300. Or you can get the ebook on my website, and you can get access to my automated trading system, which you can also get a 1-year free license only for the ebook users, which I'm doing right now. But you must meet the requirement, which is you must be able to fund your trading account with a minimum of at least 1K. And with that being said, this is it for today. Thank you guys for showing up. Subscribe and hit the like button.